Hi, everybody. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology video podcast from Lord Jupiter, obviously, coming to you one more week. Next Monday, I will be in a home. I'm going to be house sitting for one of you podcast listeners in Asheville, and I'm looking forward to that. Lord Jupiter will get a break, and so will I. It's going to be great. Let's take a look at the chart. Interesting, we've got a big focus. I mean, we could, those arrows where people go, right here. Here is the focus of the chart. It is right here. Boom. But before we go there, I wanted to show you this. I thought this was kind of cool. When the sun came up this morning, now remember, that happened over here. I have this queued up to this exact conjunction that I really wanted us to take a look at tonight. 9:51 p.m. But when the sun came up over here, the planet that crossed that ascendant line first, or prior to the sun, was Chiron. And you're going to see that there's been this theme of Chiron this week throughout the chart. We get it tomorrow. Well, we get it today, we get it tomorrow, and we get it again on Thursday with these aspects to the nodes of the moon. So even though the big arrow in the chart right now is pointing here, we've got a square and we have a trine and a sextile to the nodes of the moon. So there's a lot going on karmically and working things from the inside. We're seeing this theme already playing out. Yesterday, we had our Healing Convergence meeting last night on Facebook and here on YouTube now. You can watch the replay. Sorry that the quality wasn't as good as I would like for it to be, but we're still working out some of the technical areas of how to do this on the road. It's not as easy as I thought. I thought it would be better. But right before the Healing Convergence, I got kind of a gut blow from my son in Dallas about some things that just brought back old wounds. And I thought, oh my goodness sakes, astrology is alive and well, because it was so this aspect. And not only that, but it hit me. Mars in the house of children, the 5th house. Saturn in the relationship house, the stellium in the 8th house at the time that it happened. I mean, it's like you couldn't have painted a more accurate picture of just that. It was like, oh my goodness, wow. Yes, it's this aspect. The ancient astrologers called them the great malefics. If you were born during the daytime, then Mars is the great malefic. If you're born at night like I am, Saturn is the great malefic. And the ancients would quiver when they came around, much less conjoined. And much less conjoined in a sign that one of them ruled. Because Saturn, of course, is the ancient ruler of Aquarius, with Uranus being the modern ruler. So at 9:51 p.m., these two align in the sky. So if you're up before sunrise this morning, Monday, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, this will be brilliant in the sky this week. So if you can go out and catch it, by all means do. It's going to be incredible. But these two bring, I think, a glimpse of something that is going to be possibly happening in the United States chart. And this will be in the summer of 2024, so we're still a little over 2 years away from it. But these two conjoin in the United States chart. Well, it gets into the solar arc astrology, and I don't want to show it now, but we'll just say that they align in the sky in a much bigger, much more thematic way 2 years from now. So we're going to get a little glimpse of what's going on with these guys during this transit. But the other thing that I was speculating, and I mentioned this in the audio podcast, that if you notice that this is happening at 22 degrees, 24 minutes. Now, we use the tropical zodiac system. Our friends who practice Vedic astrology use the sidereal zodiac system. And sidereal puts the aspect, or puts the planets in the exact location in the sky, which is here in Capricorn. And I wanted to show you, if we go back to this chart right here, this is January 12th, 2020 at 10:03 in the morning. And notice this is the big Saturn-Pluto conjunction that happened at 22 degrees Capricorn. It was, 3 weeks after that date, at most, that everybody on the planet was starting to understand that we had a pandemic virus called COVID-19. And this has tripped the domino of many things that are falling into place subsequently. This is the big aspect that I traced back. You don't have to look at too many of them because there have only been 3 going back 1,000 years. But this is the aspect that shifted from the Dark Ages to the Italian Renaissance. It's the aspect that shifted from the sheer dominance of Rome in the Middle Ages to Martin Luther's Reformation, and that control moved to England. And then Pluto being in this position is also where it was in 1776 when the United States became a nation. It was at 27 degrees Capricorn. So Pluto in Capricorn is also a very big deal because that same energy shifted from the sun never set on the British Empire to the Americas and the birth of a new nation. So these are big transformational energies. And I think what we're going to get with this aspect that occurs tonight exactly is that we're going to get a little bit of a look at what we might see when these two conjoin in 2024 under the solar arcs, which is going to be a much, much more significant aspect. So if you've had things happen like I did last night, just hold the fort, because it is transformational work. So put it in context. Astrology is alive and well. It is doing karmic work, so let it go ahead and dig up what needs to be dug up. If there's something there, like I'm still processing, as I'm recording this, I'm still processing what happened last night. And I'll get to a point where I work through and am okay with, the karmic path, the karmic business, the inner work. Right now it kind of still stings. So if it stings, just breathe through it and work on the deeper meaning of what's really going on. In other words, don't let the surface rule you, because the surface is going to go away so fast. In fact, you'll see tomorrow's podcast that Venus pulls away tomorrow. So it's like this is going to change really, really fast. Hold to the work inside and let that be the primary thing that you focus on. We'll see you back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.